Get set for the Gujarat political blockbuster. High-octane campaign ends for phase 1. In 48 hours, round 1 of Gujarat battle kicks off. From Rawar to Aukat.
કે કોંગ્રેસ વાળા કહે છે આ મોદીને એની औकात બતાવી દઈશું औकात
આ વખતે કોંગ્રેસને મત ના આપશો
कितने हैं भाई क्या आपके रावण के जैसा 100 मुख है क्या है
We've seen it all this election season. It's over to the voters in Gujarat now.
Good evening. You're joining us live here on 6 p.m. Prime. I'm Akshita Nantagopal, and this evening, over the next 1 hour, we're going to be getting you the most detailed primer into the Gujarat election. The first phase of polling in Gujarat, in which 89 seats will be covered of the total 182, will kick off in 48 hours from now. What does that mean? It means campaigning has officially ended. And it's up to you now, the voter, to decide who you choose. And in the process, 1,362 candidates' fate will be sealed. We're getting you a detailed broadcast here of what to expect in phase 1, how crucial it is for every political party involved, and of course the latest from ground zero. Let's first begin with the headline. Massive outrage over Kashmir files, criticism by Preeti Choudhry. Movie accused of spreading propaganda and called vulgar. Vivek Agnihotri hits back, says terror supporters and genocide deniers can never silence me. Bollywood divided over Kashmir files controversy. Anupam Kher calls it work of a toolkit gang. Actor Swara Bhaskar backs the criticism. After attack on Aftab's van, Aftab taken to FSL office amid heavy security. Narco test confirmed on December 1st. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge calls Prime Minister Modi a Ravan with 100 heads. BJP slams Kharge, says Prime Minister's position mocked.
एमपी इलेक्शन में भी तुम्हारी सूरत देखना हर जगह कितने हैं भाई क्या आपके रावण के जैसा 100 मुख है क्या है
Amid big centre versus Supreme Court face-off over judge appointment to top court, sources say government has sent back 20 names of judges proposed by the collegium. Apple threatens Twitter with the App Store ban. Elon Musk says he will go to war with Apple. Musk's comments indicate it might stem from the Twitter's new moderation policy to safeguard free speech. And as we speak, campaigning has officially ended for phase 1 of Gujarat. In 48 hours from now, that means voters will decide the fate of candidates in the first phase. Phase 1 essentially covers Saurashtra and the Kutch region, 89 seats up for grabs. And it's a perhaps very, very crucial phase. The second phase in a few days from now on December 5th. Curtains essentially are drawn now on the first phase of campaigning. We've seen a high-voltage political campaign from every political party involved. This time, of course, everyone's talking about it being a triangular contest between the BJP, the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress. 48 hours to go for Gujarat to cast their vote. And let's take this across to our reporters who've been on the ground, tracking the sentiment, tracking the mood, because they can tell you better than anyone, better than me, what's really happening on the ground, what's the mood of the voter. Preeti Choudhry is joining us live from Rajkot. We also have Milind Sharma joining us live from Bhavnagar. Paulami Saha will be joining us from Ahmedabad in just a bit. Preeti, I'd like to begin with you. Good evening, or however it is that they greet in Gujarati. Preeti, what's the sentiment on the ground? You know, phase one is going to be extremely crucial, Saurashtra and Kutch. And I think what's symbolic and very telling of how crucial this is for every party involved is that you look at the Prime Minister's campaign. It started from Saurashtra. You look at how Rahul Gandhi also went by his campaign. So every political party has focused on this region to a large extent.
Well, you know, Akshata, it would be Kemcho when it comes to Gujarati with the, how are you with what you were saying. But coming down to it, yes, Saurashtra extremely important, 48 seats in Saurashtra, Kutch only 6 seats, but there's also Surat, down south. So the first phase of polling of what we're going to look at, these 89 seats, Akshata, you have Kutch and Saurashtra as one, which is 6 seats of Kutch, 48 seats of Saurashtra, and then down south you have Surat, which is 17 seats in Surat as well, making it into this mammoth first phase of polling. So extremely, Surat and other areas, Valsad, everything. So all of that together, south of Gujarat, Saurashtra region, and of course Saurashtra and Kutch together. What is interesting is, very keenly watched would be the district of Surat with its 17 seats and Saurashtra with its 48 seats. Where I am reporting from, Saurashtra, it's an anomaly. Akshata, because usually what we've seen is, as the BJP's graph, the Prime Minister's graph, who, clearly fought his first election ever, right from here. 2001, Narendra Modi fought a by-election from Rajkot. 2002, he fought, this assembly elections from here, and he became the CM from the first time from the Rajkot 2 seat. So his Karam Bhumi, if one would say, is Rajkot in Saurashtra. Rajkot is possibly an island in Saurashtra that could be called the BJP's bastion. All 4 constituencies in Rajkot were swept by the Bharatiya Janata Party when it came down to 2017. But why do I say it has been an island? Because if you look at the expanse of Saurashtra with its 48 seats, the BJP only won 18 seats. 30 of those seats had gone the Congress's way. And, with this regard, BJP has made many changes, permutations, combinations. I'll get to that, but with what I was talking to you earlier, the anomaly of Saurashtra is that, number one, if the politics of polarization works across the state of Gujarat, it has no traction in Saurashtra, because what works bigger than religion in Saurashtra is caste. So even when you look at what went down after the 2002 riots, this region was really not touched by the 2002 riots in Gujarat. After that as well, not many communal incidents, but very polarizing when it comes to caste. You do see a lot of Dalit atrocities, for example, here. And as the BJP's graph in the country, in Gujarat, has risen over, decades now, 25 years, strangely, Akshata, the graph of the BJP in Saurashtra has fallen. So in Gujarat it's risen, nationally it's risen, but in these 38 seats in Saurashtra it's fallen. Primarily because, elections here are fought primarily on the basis of caste. But when I come down to it, what the BJP hopes to undo this time around is to make crucial changes on seats, a lot of fresh faces fielded by the BJP to stem anti-incumbency. What they have done is, in many constituencies across the expanse of Saurashtra, they have taken Congress leaders, last-minute jumps from the Congress, and they've actually given them a ticket to fight for the BJP. But what in turn it's done is created angst within the BJP cadre and the old guard of the BJP in Saurashtra.
Just a quick follow-up question. Would it be right to say that Saurashtra is the biggest challenge, or that the BJP is most wary of Saurashtra? Would it be right to say that?
Well, yes. I would reckon, in the context of 2017, yes, Saurashtra is the biggest challenge for the Bharatiya Janata Party, because they won only 18 seats of the 48 here. So they are trying to, make massive inroads. I elucidated the kind of changes that they are looking for. But the Aam Aadmi Party has also queered the pitch quite a bit. It's become a triangular contest in Saurashtra. But the other big challenge for the BJP will be, the south of Gujarat, especially the seats of Surat. I still remember, Akshata, in 2017, when the counting began, it was the Congress that surged ahead. Everybody thought that the Congress had this election, and then Surat flipped towards the BJP, and which with its 16, 17 seats, and that changed the fortune of the BJP. Surat was angry then, but they supported the BJP. This time around, if you've seen, the Prime Minister, the heavyweights of the Bharatiya Janata Party are consolidating in Saurashtra and in the Surat region, because they understand that there could be anti-incumbency of 2017, which they stemmed then, but could rear its head. And we are seeing that
I was watching
in
one of
the
your
gains made by the Aam Aadmi Party in Surat, where MCD is concerned.
That's exactly what I was highlighting, about how you've spoken about the AAP impact also in Surat. I understand you have a flight to catch, so I'm going to let you go. Thanks very much, Preeti, for joining us here on 6 p.m. Prime with your insights on this story. Let's quickly get you details of what to expect from phase 1. Preeti did elucidate how important this particular phase is. You look at Saurashtra, you look at Kutch. The BJP hasn't fared as well as they would have liked to in the previous election in these two regions, which is why we say that what's happening right now, this phase, is perhaps the most crucial for the BJP. Now, if I were to open up the results that came in from these seats, we're looking at phase 1 right now. And look at the kind of seat distribution. This is the Saurashtra, Kutch as well as South Gujarat regions. And you can see of the 89 seats, the BJP won 48 of those. The Congress won 38 of those. The AAP, of course, had 0. What will be the AAP factor this time around? And if you see the distribution right now of the colors as well, it's sprinkled with saffron and blue representing the Congress. This is why we're saying that Saurashtra and Kutch are going to be two extremely important regions for the BJP. They're hoping that they will be able to change these particular colors the next time around and make it look completely saffron this time. But easier said than done. The Saurashtra region is something that most political parties are currently wary of. And I want to bring in Milind Sharma also on this. We're going to be discussing the key candidates in this phase. But before that, Milind Sharma is joining us live from Bhavnagar in Saurashtra region. Milind, Preeti took us through, in great detail the steps that are being taken right now by the BJP to kind of ensure that they can reach out to voters in Saurashtra. What do you think of those changes? Has it actually worked on the ground?
Yes. Well, picking up from that, I'm just going to add to what has already been discussed. The last time around when Gujarat witnessed elections, there was a massive outflow of the Patidar movement, which is why in Saurashtra, most of the Patidar community, and Saurashtra is 70% rural, heavily dominated by the Patidar community, switched to the Congress party, and that is how they got mammoth seats in this particular region. If you talk of regions of Somnath, because we've been covering throughout Saurashtra, I've travelled across right from Devbhoomi, Dwarka to Khambalia, from where Ishudan Gadvi is the CM candidate of Aam Aadmi Party, who is contesting from there, right till Jamnagar, where Rivaba Jadeja, who's the wife of cricketer Ravindra Jadeja, is contesting from there, right till Somnath. And from Somnath, we go all the way to Morbi, that has witnessed a horrific accident, and tragically 150 people have died. We go all the way to Rajkot, from Doraji, we go to Bhavnagar, everywhere. The only winning factor for the Congress this time around seems to be, Akshita, that the candidates that they had fielded the last time seem to have a voters connect. And that is something that the BJP already knows. The BJP has been talking about how the Congress has been silently campaigning while BJP had to do mammoth road shows and rallies. We saw the Prime Minister Narendra Modi come to Saurashtra 2 times, doing 4 rallies in 1 day.
He started his campaign
days.
there.
So that is the kind of challenge that the BJP is facing. Absolutely. He started it from Somnath, and then from Somnath he went all over Kutch, Jamnagar, Bhavnagar, every area of Saurashtra and Amreli. And that seems to be the fighting might of BJP. The Patidar anger has somehow become less this time around. But of course, with Hardik Patel going into the BJP, there are some Patidar farmers who are miffed with the government. When it comes to Saurashtra, the issue of water is a huge problem. The water coming from Narmada Dam has not reached many places. That has people in trouble. And of course, when it comes to the politics of Saurashtra, the caste-based voter is a higher political angle here, because the Muslim population is lesser as compared to in areas of Ahmedabad, etc. So here
all of these challenges that you mentioned, Milind, it hasn't stopped the BJP in any way. they're still going all out, believing that they stand a very, very good chance in Saurashtra. I showed you what phase 1 currently looks like. Let's also focus on the region-wise and break it down to Saurashtra and Kutch right now. Two extremely important areas that go to polls in phase 1. Now, if you look at the numbers here, Saurashtra and Kutch, 54 seats in all. And of these 54 seats, the BJP won only 23, whereas the Congress actually did better. If you look at really the numbers in Saurashtra and Kutch, 30 seats went with the Congress. And that right there is the biggest headache for the BJP. They're hoping that in Saurashtra, they've done enough to get gains. But on the ground, we'll have to see if it works, because there are a number of factors, as our reporters also told us, that work here with regards to the caste. But let's also focus here on the VIPs, the candidates that you need to look out for in this particular election, in phase 1 at least. Let's begin with Arjun Modwadia, who is contesting from Porbandar. Why is this important? Because if you look at Porbandar, the BJP in the last election won by a wafer-thin margin. And there's a concern that this time around, it will mean more trouble for the BJP. So this is going to be a difficult contest, really, for the Bharatiya Janata Party. Let's get you some others as well. If you look at Tankara in Gujarat, why is this important? This is Morbi. And we know what's played out in Morbi with the bridge collapse. There is a concern that the BJP could face the impact of that in the elections. Our reporters on the ground have got your detailed ground reports from Morbi as well, showing the impact of the bridge collapse on this election. Gopal Italia, if you've tracked the news from Gujarat, you know that this man has been making news across, because the BJP has been putting out one video after another. There is a reason for that. He's contesting from Katargam. He is someone. Now, the concern is for the BJP that this AAP leader, the Gujarat state chief, could actually split the Patidar vote, and that could obviously dent the BJP. So he is a big, big factor, and that's a seat to watch out for. Harsh Sanghvi, MOS Home, one of the youngest BJP candidates. It is expected that for him, things will be smooth sailing in Majura constituency. So that's expected to go his way. And then two more candidates that you need to know about in phase 1. Isudan Gadwi is the AAP Chief Minister phase. He is contesting from Khambhalia. Is it going to be, a clean sweep for him? Not really. Close triangular contest. The other two candidates belong to the Ahir community. So it's going to be a difficult one for him if you look at the caste equation. Finally, you have Ribaba Jadeja, the wife of cricketer Ravindra Jadeja. He's been going all out to campaign for her. She's got that BJP ticket, but this is again an interesting one, because against her is Jadeja's sister, her sister-in-law, Naina Jadeja. So that's why these particular names will be crucial ones to watch out for in phase 1. Their fates will be sealed in just 2 days from now, when Gujarat, at least the Saurashtra, Kutch and southern Gujarat parts, go to polls. Now, it's going to be a three-way tussle. We've spoken about that, the BJP versus the Congress, and now the Aam Aadmi Party as well. And I want to recap for you how this has been a high-voltage political campaign by every political party. They've, of course, deployed their top guns as expected, and they've gone all out, raising several issues that plague the people of Gujarat, local issues to national ones as well.
कोई भूल नहीं सकता कि कैसे तब दिल्ली में बैठी कांग्रेस सरकार आतंकियों को छुड़ाने में अपनी पूरी ताकत लगा देती थी। कहते रहे कि आतंक को टारगेट करो, लेकिन कांग्रेस की सरकार आतंक को नहीं, मोदी को टारगेट करने में लगी रही। कांग्रेस वाला कहे छे आ मोदी ने एनी औकात बतावी देशु। औकात, मोदी को उसकी औकात दिखा देंगे। अहंकार जुओ भाइयों, अहंकार जुओ।
एक बात चलती है, एक बार अगर झूठ बोलेंगे लोग सुन लेंगे, 2 बार भी बोलेंगे तो भी सुन लेंगे। कितने बार झूठ बोलेंगे? झूठ पर झूठ, ये झूठों के सरदार है। हर वक्त अपनी ही बात करते हैं। आप किसी को मत देखो, मोदी को देखकर वोट दो। अब भाई तुम्हारे को तुम्हारी सूरत कितनी बार देखना? कारपोरेशन में भी तुम्हारी सूरत देखना, एमएलए इलेक्शन भी तुम्हारी सूरत देखना, एमपी इलेक्शन में भी तुम्हारी सूरत देखना, हर जगह कितने भाई, क्या आपके रावण के जैसा 100 मुख है क्या है? आपके जैसा आदमी जो आप हमेशा क्लेम करते हैं मैं गरीब हूं, मैं वो, हम भी गरीब है, हम तो गरीब से गरीब है, हम तो अछूतों में आते हैं। कम से कम तुम्हारी चाय तो कोई पीता है, मेरी चाय भी नहीं पीता कोई। और फिर बार आप बोलते हैं कि मैं गरीब हूं, मेरे को किसने गालियां दिया, मेरी किसी ने कुछ कहा, मेरे को कुछ, तेरी हैसियत क्या है कहा। अरे ऐसे बात कह के अगर आप सिंपैथी जमाने की कोशिश करें तो लोग अब होशियार हो गए, उतने बेवकूफ नहीं है।
हजारों गुजरात सरकार के कर्मचारी सड़कों के ऊपर उतर आए और उनकी एक ही डिमांड थी, ओल्ड पेंशन स्कीम लागू की जाए। हमारी सरकार बनेगी, 31 जनवरी तक ओल्ड पेंशन स्कीम लागू करने का नोटिफिकेशन जारी कर दिया जाएगा। कांग्रेस का वोटर ढूंढने से भी नहीं मिल रहा, जैसे एक ऐड आता है ना, ढूंढते रह जाओगे, वैसे ढूंढने से भी कांग्रेस का वोटर कहीं नहीं मिल रहा। गुजरात में आम आदमी पार्टी की सरकार बन रही है, ये आज आप नोट कर लीजिए, ये भविष्यवाणी भी नोट कर लीजिए और ये भविष्यवाणी सही होगी।
Poulami Saha is joining us live from Ahmedabad. Poulami, for the last many weeks, has been travelling through all parts of Gujarat, and she'll be able to give us a sense of really what's on the voters' mind. And I mentioned something, Poulami, earlier about how in this particular election campaign, and we heard the reactions, the highlights of each campaign so far, the focus hasn't just been on national issues. There's been a lot of, mix of local issues with national security, personal jibes, all of that being roped into the campaign.
That's right. While, of course, the BJP has been, in fact, adopting the formula that they have been adopting across various elections, where they basically go big on any election. The campaign rallies, the sabhas, the road shows, they're as massive as they've been in any of the past elections that you look at. There's nothing new about the BJP strategy, so to say. So them spreading themselves out thin, 108 rallies and road shows and sabhas today itself in Gujarat by their top leadership, including JP Nadda, including Amidst, Yogi Adityanath and others, is nothing new as far as the BJP is concerned. But the local issues, of course, dominate as far as the voters' decision goes as well. The Congress is, of course, trying to cash in on that wherever they're campaigning. They, of course, say that it is door-to-door that they're going to the voter and trying to win their confidence over in 2022. But it still lacks that kind of, that mega push that it could have got if it had gone big on that campaign. While they might say that, some of our big leaders and senior leaders might not resonate with the people of Gujarat over here, the fact is, and of course the top leaders of the Bharatiya Janata Party are from the state of Gujarat, so they resonate very well at the end of the day. But the fact is that it has to be a mix of both ways of campaigning. It doesn't mean that the Bharatiya Janata Party is not reaching out on the ground to the voters as well. So while Prime Minister Modi is on a massive road show or is attending or is addressing 4 different public meetings in a single day, 30 rallies since the nomination came to a close, before, of course, campaigning comes to a close on December 3rd. That is Prime Minister Modi's strategy. But at the local level as well, they're targeting each and every voter as well and ensuring that the BJP crosses Narendra Modi's figure of 127 in this election.
A lot of questions right now that will be asked about what will come of this Gujarat campaign for each political party. Which way will the voter go? Will they choose the BJP all over again? Is the BJP's bastion of Gujarat completely safe? Has the Congress managed to expand its hold on rural seats, particularly in Gujarat? Has the Aam Aadmi Party managed to make inroads this time, as they claim? Kejriwal claims 90+ seats in Gujarat. Will all of that happen? 48 hours from now, the voter will decide in the first phase of the Gujarat election. Thanks very much, Poulami. Thanks to Milind and Preeti also for joining us here on 6 p.m. Prime. That's all we have time for on this broadcast. Thanks very much for tuning in.